Hello, happy Tuesday. It is July 8th, 2025, and I have a lot to talk about, which is why I needed to go live. So right now, I wanted to let you know that the planets are planeting, and if you went through it yesterday, even though it was supposed to be one of the most special days of the year because Uranus just entered Gemini and then there was a conjunction with Venus, so it was supposed to be like super yummy and juicy and exciting. I personally had sort of the opposite experience, but I wanted to share a little bit about what I went through and then do a whole reading here for the plot twists that are coming up in July and what you actually need to do in order to make the changes necessary to get out of the hellhole rat race shit show of a repeated cycle that you've been through, so you can stop doing it, so you can get what you want, so that you don't have to live in misery anymore, despite the chaos of what is happening and occurring all over the place. So come on in, take a seat. There are definitely other things that I also want to talk about. So kind of like, just remind me of that fact, but just basically with the whole like TikTok getting officially purchased, right? So we are not going to be having this app for much longer, but I will talk about that in a second. So this is a very, 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 in a way, exciting time to be alive if you want to think about it in like a larger perspective. We are literally in this moment of history where we are completely changing the way that societies all across humanity, all across the globe are being run, okay? This is what this new Pluto and Aquarius thing is starting to move into. So it has been very excruciating, but obviously for millennia, right? For a really, really long time, we've been seeing how patriarchal pyramid hierarchies are just not working. And because of that, we're finally at this precipice. We're finally at this point. If you want to think about it like a roller coaster, it was going up, 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 and you're like now at the top and it's like just about to go like, whee, right? So we're just like, oh, patriarchy, oh, overconsumption, oh, suppressing of this of the lower class, oh, like, you know what I mean? Everything is run on fear and money. Oh, the billionaires get to rise to the top. Oh, like, you know what I mean? Like they get more tax breaks while the poor are getting squeezed out. All of that is getting crumbled away. And then the people who are really the visionary leaders, the people who are raising their vibrations, the people who are doing the work and are like the chosen ones, they are now coming up to the surface and being like, this is not the way that we should all be living. So now with Uranus entering Gemini, and Uranus is a primordial planet, right? So like when you think primordial, you think before the matrix, before humanity, before the earth even existed, right? Because Gaia, Mother Earth, is also a primordial. All of that happens before human laws, before, Senate and Congress and money and time. None of those things existed for a primordial, right? They don't operate inside of the matrix of our world, right? So yes, double tap the screen if this makes sense. So I'm giving you all of this backstory because it's really important to understand that now that Uranus is going to be entered Gemini yesterday, all right? That means that now all of a sudden the primordials are coming down. This is the way that I've interpreted it and the downloads that I've been getting because I've been working with the primordials for a while now. But it's like, now it's like, okay, that needs to change. Gemini, air sign, communication, technology, how we're doing things. So it's like, that needs to change, that needs to change, that needs a plot twist, that's not going to go well. It's going to be mental, but it's going to be a complete mental rewiring of the collective, right? With TikTok, with social media, with the internet, with technology, like going at such a fast pace, the collective, right, the regular normal person is now getting in tune and being like, oh my God, I'm not going to be a stupid little sheep following everything anymore. Holy shit, I've been bamboozled. I'm not going to stand for this anymore. That's why you're seeing now more people being able to like protest and go on marches and be educated and to understand that they need to bring back their critical thinking so that they can think for themselves, so that they can rise out of this, so that we can turn the tide and make the changes and like reestablish the hierarchical system, to be honest with you, so that people with the actual true wisdom, with the actual true abilities to be able to take care of everybody, to ensure that everyone is going to be taken care of, food, clothing, shelter, medical, blah, 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 can start to come into effect. But before all of that goodness, right, and hello, New Earth, right? So I'm starting a new series, hashtag low-key, so please press the follow button, follow me on my journey to the New Earth. Here's what I'm bringing, here's what I'm not, and here are the messages that are coming through. The old has to die in order for the new to be rebuilt, all right? So with that being said, that's why I'm saying it's a beautiful time to be alive, because if you feel like you are also one of the ones that is going to be making these changes and going to be a visionary leader in your field, whatever it is, this is the perfect time. But the way to lead people out of this shit show of a situation that we have going on is to also make sure that internally, personally, within your own individual life, you have also rewired, reformatted, restructured your own mental beliefs, your own systems in which you operate, your own structures of your business, how you make money, how you go through life. All of that also needs a massive motherfucking plot twist. Andromedan here. Yay! Welcome in, Andromedans. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. I love Andromeda starseeds so much. So, does that make sense? Double tap the screen, comment below if everything that I'm saying so far makes sense, right? Okay. So, now that we have an understanding of where we're at, okay? And starseeds, come on, let's unite, right? We have to raise our vibrations, right? Oh, you just found out this week? That's amazing, Casey. Okay, let me get this other channel message out before I go to ADHD on this. So, what is now going to happen, right? Because we're having a major plot twist. This Uranus and Gemini energy is making you, basically the download is, it's you need to stop trying to do things the old way. It will not get you where you want to go. It will not get you the money that you want. It will not get you the love of your life, because that way is dead. That way is dying. That way is what needs to crumble and fall and break down and just, RIP it, but it needs to go 6 feet under, because it is not sustainable, it is not helpful, and it doesn't allow everyone to thrive, okay? On the New Earth, everyone thrives. In the old Earth, what we're experiencing, this literal hell of a situation, no, right? Okay, so you have to markedly change. I'm talking a massive change, okay? It's hard, because you're so brainwashed to believe that if you speak out, you're going to get silenced. If you show up, you're going to get, bullied. If you speak your truth, you're going to get cut down. If you, break free, they're going to come and attack you. No, 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 no. I mean, well, sure, in the spotlight. But the point is that if you actually stop doing things their way and create new innovative ways that are authentic to you and your unique energetic blueprint, your energy, your frequency will rise so fucking high that it will be literally impossible for any low vibrational frequencies, entities, people, bullies, whatever, to reach you, because you basically become invisible. Right? So when you start vibrating high enough, the higher the frequency, the faster vibration. The faster it goes, you basically, if you're going so fast, you become invisible, right? So then all of the lower frequencies is fear, greed, money, power, right? It literally won't even be in your hemisphere of your life, when you're looking around, okay? Which is kind of great. It's sort of why, I don't know if you've ever experienced this before in your own life, but when I am sitting so high vibe and I'm on top of the world, I am not triggered or anything, I could walk into super dangerous situations and none of the danger like affects me, right? They're like, oh, you don't want to go there. That's where people get, you know, essayed or like, you know, attacked or like blah, blah, blah. And like, I went there and I had like the nicest time. You know what I'm saying? Or like, oh my God, like I don't want to go into like a whole conference of people and like meeting new people. Like it's super gross and shady and blah, blah, blah. And like, I walk in and I'm just like, oh my God, I just like made such an incredible connection that like helped me like, you know, further my business or like my personal life. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because those energies will not even touch you when your frequency is that high, right? Yes, divine, absolutely, right? Okay, good. Holistic honey, yay! Okay, perfect. So, how does that work? How does that affect you? How can you do this in order to get to where you want to go? I'm doing live readings. I have all of my cards here. Okay. So they're all sitting here. But, if you did want some assistance with my psychic skills, I do have live stream readings. You can just go to my Stan store and then, purchase one. And then once I get that in, or you can come back and say, hey, I purchased one, then you'll get on the list and then I will do one. And it's like a full spread. You get like all of the tea on whatever your question is. And it's 10 out of 10. All right. So while you think about that, let me tell you really quickly what I personally went through and what changes I'm making, just so that you can have like a real life example. And then that way I can go into questions. All right. So, here's what happened with me. So, I always do a weekly astrology forecast on my Substack, which you can follow for free. I basically talk about the major astrological events that are occurring during the week, just so that we're sort of understanding the energies of what's occurring and then doing a day by day, right? So this week is kind of a monster of a week because we had Uranus enter Gemini yesterday. We have the full moon on the 10th in 2 days. And then we have Saturn entering Aries on the 13th on Sunday. So it's just like a really big week of like massive changes, major plot twists, and a lot of kind of like random throwing you surprises and blessings in the mix, because Jupiter is in Cancer. And so it's kind of like, all right, like what's going to make you feel nourished? What's going to make you feel fun? What's going to make you feel loved and adored, right? A lot of like in general, yeah, sure, about your relationships, like is being highlighted, but not necessarily, because you have to look at your own planets and like see exactly where it's transiting through what house. But in general, that's how it's going to look different for everyone. But in general, it's really about shaking you out of this old habit, this old paradigm, this old belief system, this old mentality, this old like work, like, you know, structure, so that you can liberate yourself, so that you can find the happiness. So for me, I was technically very excited to have yesterday happen with Uranus entering Gemini. I'm a Gemini sun. Anything in Gemini, I'm like, yes, bless this mess. I fucking love it, right? Hashtag ADHD on steroids, all right? So I was really excited, especially with the trine, especially with everything going on. I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait. Tiara, how are you? So when that occurred, though, when I woke up yesterday, I was so miserable. I had been having so much massive anxiety since July 4th, because if you remember on July 4th, Neptune went retrograde in Aries, right? There's a lot of also like, I mean, just a lot of, if you want to go and deep dive into like the US's like natal birth chart, and then why this transit is happening on like our birthday, right? Like on the US's birthday. But I just was starting to feel unsettled. I was starting to feel emotions come up to the surface. I was starting to not feel like a boss babe. I was starting to not feel like I knew what it was I was doing. I was starting to get all of those, like I was getting all of these triggers and like limiting beliefs and like old fears and traumas just like bubbling up to the surface. And I was like, oh my fucking God, like what is happening with me? I don't like this. I don't like this. I know this isn't real. I know this isn't my mentality. I already know that I've ascended, but it was like just bubbling up and it was coming up. And I was like, I was like trying to hold on and like, you know, not dive into it. So, on yesterday when Uranus entered Gemini, I had a full on mental breakdown. I had a full on, like, you want to talk about a massive destruction. So just fun facts, if you're also an Aries moon, you might relate. But I learned like during the weekend that Aries moons really need to express themselves. When Aries moons do not express how they're genuinely feeling in the moment, it becomes toxic on the inside for us. When it gets repressed that much, that's when it starts to eat away. That's when you start to gain weight. That's when you can't process everything. That's when you start to have aches and pains. That's when you start to get stressed out. Like Aries moons especially, but even any fire sign moon, you have to be able to work it out of your body or burn it up somehow. So luckily, I had a friend and I ended up like just word vomiting and like crying my eyes out about all of the things that I had been upset about and like my fears about like, how are we going to create something new when I don't even know how to create something new? I've exhausted all of the options. I don't even know how to go from here. I've tried this, and this. Every single thing in my life I've wanted and I've never gotten it. Like, it was just all of this, like, I was like ugly crying, okay, for like an hour and a half. And like, unfortunately, my friend didn't have any solutions, which was fine. And I knew that they wouldn't be able to have solutions. And that wasn't really what I was asking for. But them holding genuine space and being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you're going through that. And here I'm like here for you to listen or whatever. I was like, okay. So after I like purged all of that out, and honestly, like I'll be dead ass honest with you. I basically was just like, I might as well just, unalive myself, because what's the point in staying here if I've literally tried everything, and if they're refusing to give me what I want, then fuck this. Like, what is there? I am not a free ATM machine. I am not here to just like have people, like, I know I can help people. I know that my psychic skills are on point. I know that I can change people's lives. I have healing powers that I didn't even know existed because I've never seen anyone do what I can do before, and I've changed so many people's lives, but I can't do that shit for free. I still have to get what I need too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be like, that was my last lifetime of Pluto in Aquarius, or when my North Node was in Aquarius, and then I could have like done that. So anyway, thank you for sharing the live. So anyway, my point is this. When I was, I was like really upset. My friend didn't know what to do. I didn't really get any answers. And I thought I would feel better after I had just at least word vomited all of it out. But I still felt like mid, in all honesty. Okay. I really felt mid. So I was just like, okay. It was sort of like, when you like finally just get it done and then you're just empty and you're just like that. So anyway, like, I ended up just like asking ChatGPT, like, hey, what is a solution that I haven't thought of before, right? Let me just tell you, it populated out. I mean, it took 3 tries, but it populated out like several very viable solutions that I hadn't even thought of yet, that weren't matrix coded, that didn't depend on an algorithm, that didn't need someone else's permission. And that was a way to be able to allow me to do what I do, to showcase my magic and help people in a way that made so much sense. And that was actually engaging for myself. So I was like, oh, okay, I have answers now, something that actually resonated and feels good to me. So I was like, okay, bet, let me sleep on this, right? So I went to bed early. I basically like was talking to the primordials and like my spirit guides. And I was like, okay, if these things that ChatGPT populated out, if they are really something that, is going to be my new business structure, my new way of helping people, that's not going to burn me up, but also get what I want. And this new way of doing things that is outside of the matrix, that is outside of the shitty system, that is outside of this fucktard of a situation that we've gotten ourselves into as a collective. Like, give me the downloads while I sleep so that when I wake up in the morning, I can be like, bet, let's fucking go, right? Or if it's not viable, then give me what I need to do while I sleep so I can wake up and be like, okay, write this down in my journal and then I can go, right? So bless this mess, I actually was able to finally catch up on my fucking sleep because it's been just like a gnarly fucking weekend, I'm gonna be honest. And then like I woke up this morning and you know, praise the primordials, like, you know what I mean? Like, praise the primordials, like, praise chaos. I personally love chaos, okay? Like, I am one for, like, yeah, throw me a plot twist, keep it interesting, like, let's have a surprise, you know what I mean? Like, who's the new cast member that's coming on Love Island? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that because it keeps it exciting, you know? And luckily, I got very clear downloads about what will work moving forward, what's going to excite me the most, what's going to be the easiest for me to just get up and start offering. And like, I literally, like, this whole entire morning and afternoon, I was sitting there like mapping each offer out, getting it into its hierarchy, putting on my checklist, making sure that I can have the to-dos. I've got everything set up. Now I can like get this, like, you know, application form out here. I've got this, like, you know, sales page over here. I've got this offer over here. This is how this is all going to tie together. And it started the fuck to click together finally after all of this time, right? So then again, you have to honor yourself though. I'm a manifesting generator in human design, just FYI, if anybody else, like comment below if you also are interested in human design and know your human design. But as a manifesting generator, MGs work in bursts, okay? Generators like to work consistently over a long period of time. So for me, I was like, that was a massive burst of creative energy that I did today. And I was like, okay, bet I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this, because I'm very solution oriented. I don't like to wallow. I don't like to be a victim. I don't like to be a martyr. I don't like to sit. I don't like pick me energy. And I don't like, oh yeah, well, I'm suffering too. So, you know, like, I don't need to showcase my suffering in order for you to identify with me. Like, I don't want that to be what I'm known for. I want to be known for like lifting people up in like a way of like providing you a solution so that you too can like be free. Right? Okay. So I ended up like going, I got a few more like, you know, PR packages. So I picked those up and I was like, you know what, instead of burning myself out, which isn't a matrix thing, matrix programming wants you to burn yourself out so that you can't stand up for yourself, so you can't advocate for yourself, so you can't, you know, get what you want for yourself. I was like, all right, let me just take the rest of the afternoon and evening to decompress, to like marinate, to like feel into it, to like just allow myself to breathe and be like, okay, we have now a strategy moving forward. We now have a path that feels a lot better, a lot clearer, a lot brighter, a lot higher frequency. And then I just felt like, let's go live and share this video live. And then I'll post this replay on my YouTube if you want to rewatch it. Okay. And then on my Substack. So, hi Soul. How are you, Adam? You're just a regular old generator? Well, that's great. I'll have the ideas, and then if you can execute it for me, that would just be like blessed. Like, I would be so grateful. Fun fact, that's another fun way to be able, like, I digress. There's so many things that I can help y'all with, but like, because one of the ideas that I came up with, like, so choice, I can't even, so I don't want to spoil it, but I'm very excited. And I will say this, I started learning how, like, for example, me as a manifesting generator, exactly what types of people I would need on my business team in order to execute things so that we're all in our zones of geniuses, working harmoniously together in order to get things to where they want to go. One of the interesting things, if you are in a job where you're working with people, or if you are in your own business, like entrepreneur, you're your own CEO, and you're like starting to like bring people on board and hiring others, it's really important to understand what each person's role is and how you can communicate with them so that you can make sure that they work their best, but you're also working your best as a leader. So for example, like, generators are not necessarily the people that you want to bounce all your ideas off of, because generators are executors. They get shit fucking done. I fucking love generators, okay? Also, Manny-Gens understand, because we're half manifestors, half generators, so we will also work like a boss with you, but we just bounce around. So I'll go like, okay, so while you're doing like the next step, I'm going to go ahead and jump to step 7 and kind of get that prepared. And then I'll come back over to you, and then we'll do step 3 together. And then like, I'll go back over and do step 8 while you come back and do step 4, and blah, 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 right? But if you give generators a specific task, then they're like, bet, I get it done. And then they feel accomplished. If you're wanting to talk ideas over for someone and really kind of get the overall view and being like, hey, does that work? Does that function? And like, you're going to want to talk to a projector or maybe even a reflector, because they have more of the capacity to be able to see big picture and like put things into place and like kind of see, okay, well, what if this and what if that and what if this? So it's little things like that when you start to pick up all of this knowledge, like it's really important to be able to then understand when you're building your own team, how you can surround yourself with people who can do the things that like are your weakness and that is their strength. That way everybody wins. And it's not like, oh, I'm just paying you because I'm just like the boss. It's more so like, hey, I suck at this, but this is your zone of genius. Would you like to come on board and I can help you with this to support your weakness? So it's like everyone gets highlighted, everyone gets celebrated, but you're all working collectively in order to make something ascend. Okay. Hi, Leslie. Yes, and Leslie's a reflector. Perfect. Bless this mess. Okay, great. I love to task jump. Okay, wait, Tiara. Oh, I've missed you too, Soul. Oh, yay, Cookie. Hi. Alexis, yay. Okay, Tiara, you're also an MG. So yeah, we bounce around. So it's kind of like if you're an MG, like it's normal. And once I embraced that about myself, it really gave me the freedom to do a lot more other things and to offer a lot more things and to make my brand so much more fun and inviting. And I still get a lot done. So don't work against your type, which brings me to one of my other follow things. So my whole point was saying that, and then I can pull a collective. But if anybody wants a reading to see whatever you need at the time, then of course, like, just go to my Stan store and then purchase that and then come back and then I'm happy to do a reading for you. Oh, thank you so much, Lotus. How are you? Thank you for the follow, Breeze. Breeze, that's a great question. Hi, I'm new here. What do you do? Well, first of all, hi, welcome in. Thank you for coming into my live. Here, what I do. What do I do? Okay, I do a lot of things, but I will explain it as succinctly as I can. I have very, very potent psychic ability. So basically my main psychic, like, flex is that I can literally see straight into your soul and tell you exactly what your mental and emotional block is that's preventing you from getting to where you want to go. But since I have mastered my high priestess abilities, I also can like see your future and past timelines. I can also see like, past lives. I can see your spirits. I can see your angels. I can see like, ancestors, blah, 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 blah. Basically they're saying like Akashic records, but I just kind of like tune in. I basically so I basically can help you with all of that stuff. I do tarot readings and oracle readings, but I don't need the cards to tell you, but it is fun and it is something that is nice and like just an extra confirmation for those who like tarot readings instead. But I also do energetic healings, but they're not shamanism. It's not Reiki. It is not Chi. It is not sound healing or crystal healing or whatever. Basically what I do is like, I would equivocate myself to like a spiritual surgeon. I go in to the actual soul and I can like cut out, pinpoint and literally take out like a limiting belief and then like replace it with a positive one permanently. Or I can go out and like take out the trauma permanently and then like, heal it back up or like click things into place. I'm so interestingly enough that you ask, like I am going to be one of the new offers that I had thought about prior to yesterday, but was my new podcast. So basically, in order to explain what I do and show you how I do spiritual surgery, I'm going to be having people apply to be a guest on my podcast. So then that way, what you'll be able to do is if you get chosen, right, then you'll be able to come in, we do a Zoom session, it's live, I talk you through the entire thing, and I do a spiritual surgery session with you. You just have to give me your consent to be able to put it on all podcast and YouTube platforms or whether, podcasts are streaming. But then at least that way I can show people exactly what's going on. And I think it'll really help people who are even listening, because then you're like, oh my God, I went through something similar. Oh my gosh, like that makes so much sense. Like maybe you'll learn something from what that person was going through, or maybe it's like a similar affirmation. Maybe it's a similar wound. Maybe it's a similar healing. And so sometimes even just understanding and hearing someone else go through it, you know that you're not alone and that there is a solution and you can get out of it and you can ascend and evolve and get to the new earth with me. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. Will there be snacks? There can be snacks. Oh, Black Cat Astrology. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hello, my love. How are you? It's so good to see you again. Daniel's here. Hi, Daniel. She is a goddess in disguise. I love you so much, soul. You're the best. Ty, it's me arguing with my sister, messing with my spirit, and making me very depressed. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. I'm doing better now. So I'm good. It's my, oh my God, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Black Cat Astrology. Do you want me to pull a card for you for a birthday card? You talk so fast and clear, LOL. That's a superpower in itself. Oh my God. Aw, girl, thank you. I don't talk like this all the time. Like, you'll see when I channel and do certain messages, like sometimes they'll be really soothing or whatever the energy needs to come through. I always ask people if they want kind and loving or blunt and honest, because like sometimes people need the fire and the sass, but other people just need like soothing, understanding, like nurturing vibes. So I will say like something that I personally feel is like one of my flexes that has nothing to do with spirituality. It's just how I'm made, is that like I naturally want to create harmony in any group. So when I talk to someone or when I'm giving someone a reading, I really tune into the energy and I want to be like, okay, what's going to make you feel better? Like, what do you need right now? And then I change the way that I give you the message so that you can best receive it. So some people I'll be like, yo, you need, you know what I mean? Like, it switches, you know what I mean? And so it just depends. So that's kind of where I'm at. Okay. How much are readings? They're $77 and you can get them on my Stan store. And then once you purchase, then like come back here and then, I'll pull the cards. Yeah, the birthday suits. Okay. And then I also sing Disney. I also, like, I love to sing. I love to make people laugh. I just want you to feel good. I also, like, I used to be a personal stylist. Like, I love being, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to look your best. You want to look like the core version of who you are. And that is another message that came through. If there's something for free that I can give you so that you just don't have to pay, and you just, like, if I could just tell you the one thing that would set you free, is stop trying to be somebody that you're not. Just stop it. Stop trying to be that girl. Stop. Like, I know this sounds horrible. Stop trying to be that girl. And then again, insert your own pronouns or whatever gender you are. I'm a girl. That's why I'm saying girl. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you need to come back home and remember who you fucking are before the world told you who you should be. So like my other podcast that I really wanted to start is like basically about like, you know, for those who are ready to break free from the cages that they were taught to love, right? And it's like, if you realize, like, for example, that you already have a blueprint to tell you exactly how to manifest your best life. You already have a system and a structure on how to manifest everything you want. Money, love, like you already have like the secrets on like exactly your ideal type of partner that you would fall head over heels in love with and would treat you like with princess treatment, and y'all would be like the best power couple ever or whatever the fuck you want. It's already all there. So why fight it? Why try to do things in a way that isn't catering to who you truly are? Everyone's different. So why do what everyone else is doing? You need to do what works best for you. That is the key to everything. And so I am coming up with an offer to help you figure out exactly how to do all those things. But like when, like, for example, right? They teach you in school, finish one thing to completion. And then once you do that, then you can do the next thing, right? And you have to like focus and do that before you go through. You have to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what they teach you, right? But as a manifesting generator, that's literally the opposite. It literally kills my soul. It is not my energetic blueprint, and it's not how I work best. I am a manifesting generator. I have to have multiple different projects, and I have to work in short little bursts, and I have to be like, quick win, quick win, quick win, quick win. Okay, I'm going to do step 10, and then I'm going to go back and do step 2, and then I'm going to do step 5, but then I'll go back to step 4, but then I'll go like jump up to step 6, and then I'll refine step 5, but then I'll get to step 10, like when I get to step 10. At the end of the day though, and then this is what's interesting, even though a manifesting generator jumps around like that, they will still finish a project around the same time that a generator would of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so those are the things where I'm talking about, like, if you're a generator, don't jump around. Focus, get the fuck done. If you are a manifesting generator, jump around. You know what I mean? And like, do the things that like you do and it will get done. It will get done. It will get done, because manifesting generators need to be able to follow their passion like this. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, you have to understand how your energetics work, and yours are going to be different from someone else, not only just because your energetic blueprint is unique, but also because you've had your own past lives, your own experiences this lifetime, your own perspectives. So you're just different. You're unique. You're special. You're incredible. So learn how to embody your incredibleness and you will always thrive. Make sense? Okay. All right. You literally shine when you're talking about this. Oh, thank you, Adam. I love you. Yay, another MG. Another Manny Jen in the house. All right, let me pull a card for Black Cat Astrology. Oh my God, I don't know if you were here, Black Cat, when I was talking about my Uranus and Gemini shit show of a situation, but fucking that plot twist, I'm not going back to that shit show nonsense anymore. Breeze, that makes me so happy. I will say this, if you like my energy, because now you're seeing me live and you can talk to me and interact with me. If you really want to get like the full tea on like all of my new offerings that I literally just got the downloads for today that I'm going to be rolling out over this week, go sign up for my free email list. That is like the surefire way to always keep in touch, because these algorithms are fucking shit. But if you actually get on my email list, like, you're guaranteed to get an email from me, okay? All right. Let's do, okay, so questions. LOL, local shakeups for sure. Okay, let me do this. I want to pull a birthday card for you, Black Cat Astrology, and then maybe we can do a collective reading, and we'll see what comes through for this like Uranus and Gemini situation. Does that sound good? Does anyone have any questions? What do you think? What does everyone need? Do you want, and then so Black Cat Astrology, I feel like, do you want an oracle pull or a tarot pull? I feel oracle, but sounds good. Okay, bless. Do you want oracle or tarot? That's what I need. Oracle. Okay. I need you to keep being your awesome self. Oh my God, author Rachel, I love you so much. Noah, Aussie Asian guy. Oh my God, such a beauty that can't go unnoticed for real. Oh my God, y'all, stop. I love you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, y'all are the sweetest. I love y'all so much. Oh my goodness. So, I'm going to do a birthday card oracle pull for Black Cat Astrology, just because they are just, they were giving the other day and I love them. And then we'll do the general pull for the collective and just see what comes through the messages. And then after that, if anyone has any time, if anyone has any questions, or if you want to get your own personal reading after you see how I do personal readings, or I mean collective readings, then we can do that. Okay. Let me ask you, which oracle deck do you want? I don't have a cat one, but I was like, do you want the spirit animal or do you want the wisdom of the oracle? Or do you want the crystal oracle? Those are the three. The blue one? I was looking... Okay, but the blue one that I was literally staring at is my oracle. Like this was the one that I was literally staring at. Is this the one that you want? Oracle of the unicorns. I love this deck. Or we can do crystals, which is purple. Okay, yeah. Bless. I was shocked. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw another tarot reader use these like a while ago, and she was live and she was like reading one of the cards and it like resonated so hard. I like immediately went and like bought the deck because I was like, I need that deck because I love unicorns. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here's what we're doing. Let's create a beautiful space. All right. All right, Spirit. What message do you have for Black Cat Astrology for their birthday today? Unicorns, what insights do you have to share? I feel them wrapping you up in a lot of love. I think this is going to be a really good new season for you. You're going to get... They're literally showing me like a basket with like hearts in it. So you're going to get some kind of gift of that's, you're going to get some kind of gift that is going to show you that you are so very loved. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It's just like to remind you that you are so very loved in so many different realms. So we'll just go with that. All right. Unicorns, what is Black Cat Astrology's, what message do you have for Black Cat Astrology's birthday today? Nope. Okay, I got 2, so good on you. So one flipped up upside down, which is courage. And then the other one is no, having nails. There we go. Prosperity. Maybe that's why I saw a basket. It was like a wicker basket with like hearts in it. So maybe, okay. So let me just read these to you. Wow. Okay, and then again, if anyone's watching, please take what resonates, leave the rest. Courage, you are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries, which I know you've been doing, but it sort of feels like I don't know if it's in the area of prosperity or something else, but there's something where it's like, you are safe. Like, you are safe to rise. You are safe to expand. You are safe to explore. It's like your inner child is a little bit like, maybe needs a little bit of like reassurance. That's what I'm getting. But let me read to you what it says in the book. So, courage. This situation requires you to respond from a place of love and courage and to trust that you are safe, no matter what the outcome. Fear has been used to control you throughout lifetimes, plural, okay, to ensure that you never get too powerful. The media bombards us with stories that can lower our vibration, and many of us as children, did I not say children, inner child, have been programmed to believe the world is unsafe. This unicorn and her guardian call on you now to rise into your power in order to shatter the illusion of fear. When you remember who you are as an infinite, powerful being who can never truly be harmed, you become untouchable. Journey now in the knowledge that the world you live in is loving and kind, and that others can be trusted, and that you are always protected. When you do this, you are free to live with an unshakable sense of security. You can pursue your dreams more fearlessly and take risks, knowing you can create the results you want and have no need to be afraid. Call on the unicorns to walk every step of your path by your side. Listen as they remind you to be courageous, stand in your power, and trust that you are safe. So I don't know who else needed to hear that, but like Black Cat, this I think is sort of like the theme of your next year around the sun. Now, as far as like the extra card that came through, it's prosperity. So I don't know if anyone else needs prosperity, but like, yes, thank you for sharing the live. Illuminance. Prosperity, a gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. Okay, so let's read what that says. I don't want to like tap in too much to the prosperity, but like, because I think there are things that are coming through that are for your ears only, but I think like you are pretty, and you are very intuitive and very psychic, so I'm just like, if you know, you know, and I think you know, but you tell me if I'm wrong. Rail, hi, how are you? Okay, so here's what this says, prosperity. And again, if anyone else is here and just listening, take what resonates and leave the rest, because I'm just reading it from the book. This unicorn brings news of a financial blessing. Yay! Claim it in the comments below. All right. A period of good fortune is opening up for you. If your flow of money has felt blocked recently, this is a sign that abundance is returning into your life. Yay! If this is your new year of just abundance and prosperity, like a motherfucking man. All right. If you have been working towards an increase in your income, it's a sign that your breakthrough will be happening soon. Yes, waves. Let go of any worry or impatience, as this will only slow down your supply. I'm going to repeat that louder for the people in the back, okay? Let go of any worry or impatience, as this will only slow down your supply. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully y'all heard that. Okay. Instead, imagine the money you desire is already in your bank account, and feel the way you would if you already had plenty to spend, save, and share. Imagine the money you desire is already in your bank account, and feel the way you would feel if you already had plenty to spend, save, and share. Let yourself feel relaxed, relieved, happy, grateful, and excited, regardless of the numbers in front of you. Trust that these good feelings and positive expectations will help activate your prosperity more than any fear will. As you focus on your new financial reality, follow your guidance on taking action, whether it's organizing your accounts, asking for a raise, or creating a new product in your business. Work on clearing any limiting blocks or beliefs about wealth so you can create a clear channel through which funds can manifest. The divine is your source of financial prosperity. It is time for you to open up your flow and receive. Okay? Open up your flow and receive. I think there's a part of you that's like, yeah. But then there's still like a little bit of like, but do I trust if I open the doors that like shitty offers won't come through? So it's just a little bit of like, soothe your inner child. That's really what I'm hearing. Like, this is going to be like healing your inner child and like allowing for more play, allowing for more fun, allowing for more excitement. Does that feel accurate? Black Cat Astrology, let me know. And of course, again, this was specifically for Black Cat Astrology, but I feel like collectively, courage and prosperity, I will also claim this for myself because the unicorns are amazing like this. Did that help? Did you enjoy that? Happy birthday! And if anybody wants to get like a 1-card oracle pull, yeah, I will have to give you the full story later. Okay. Yes. You can always email me. She gets first dibs though. How long do your paid readings last? They're usually like 15 minutes, I guess. I just channel until it's done. So this was like very abbreviated, but you can kind of see. But usually another one will be longer. Big gratitude. You're welcome. I hope that helped. All right. All right. So now, Oh, girl. Hey, Ray. How are you, girl? Yes. Okay. I was like, the profile picture looked familiar, but then the name was different. Bless. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns, or do you want me to pull for a collective? Should we do a collective reading, or does anyone want a live reading? And I am kind of, because I really want plot twists. I really want some plot twist energy, which I do feel like I need the wisdom of the Oracle deck for that as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, that works. Should I do the Akashic? Okay, well, that was rude. They were like, yeah, you could use your Akashic Tarot, but they're not ready for that yet. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that's for another live then. Sorry. Hi, Miriam. Thank you for the follow. Honey. Okay, we'll do a collective, and then if anybody wants a full paid reading, then you'll get to understand what this is like. So just for now, I'm going to use Wisdom of... Thank you, Black Cat. Thank you. If anybody, I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck with the Tarot of the Divine Tarot deck. This is just how it works. Okay, which one wants to go first? This bitch is like, why don't you do the tarot first, because I've got shit to say. And I'm like, okay, we'll do that then. That's why I like different decks, because for me, like, different decks have different energies and different entities and, like, different things that, like, you know, like, the deck will want to say something or be like, no, I'm not ready for that right now, or, like, I can't give you what you need, and so I just always ask. That's just how I do things. But, of course, you know, everyone has their own unique way. Okay, so... And also, here's a fun fact. I actually don't like saying God, angels, universe anymore, because if you think about it, the universe, like, if you're thinking about this whole entire hierarchical system and, like, the laws and the things that we are forced to live and abide by within the matrix of this human world, the universe is neutral. And this was another topic for another podcast episode, perhaps, but it's like the universe and spirit are two fucking very, very, very different things. And I think that's something that we tend to forget, because we're like, but I did everything that the universe told me to do and I still didn't get what I wanted. Well, the universe doesn't give a fuck. The universe is not an entity that is sitting there determining whether you have, like, enough karma points to get what you want. The universe is literally just like, it only celebrates and it will give you what you're a vibrational match towards. That's why even if you're a bad person, or you've done a lot of foul deeds, or if you have, like, you know, but your intentions are so on point, that's why they can rise to the top and have all of the money, all of the power, all of the success, while being a horrible person, because it has nothing to do with being a good person. It has everything to do with, are you the frequency? Are you a vibrational match? Are you, like, you know what I mean? Like, are you embodying the version of you that you want to be? Then we'll give you that. It is so universally, like, law of attraction is literally like, do you believe that you're poor? Great, you're poor. It doesn't care. Do you believe that you're rich? Great, you're rich. There you go. And I think that when you take out that element of, like, the Christian God who's, like, up there being like da 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 da, which I think that's a whole other conversation in and of itself, that's when you start to realize that, like, oh, I just need to, like, shift my frequency. I need to embody my core self, and then everything works out in my favor. 10 out of 10. Makes sense? Hi, Casey! All right, let's do a collective reading. What do they need to know right now? Get the fuck off your ass and do something different. Stop being scared. Get fed up. Anger is higher than depression and fear. Get angry. You should be angry at this point. If you're not angry, like if you've been in it and you're not angry about it and you're not pissed off about it enough, like you're going to stay stuck there forever. When you're finally done settling for less than what you deserve, that's when everything you want will rise. King of Wands, Peacock, spread your feathers. This is the entrepreneur card. This is like, you need to become the boss of your own reality. You need to be the CEO of your motherfucking life. You need to become the main character and act like her, walk like her, talk like her, dress like her, be motherfucking her. But again, this isn't about being someone else. This is about being you. This is about being the most powerful version of you, the most talented version of you, the wealthiest version of you. You have the ability to do whatever the fuck you want. Whoever told you that you couldn't, they were lying to you so that they could keep you below them. Do you understand? Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Okay. So this is what Uranus and Gemini is all about. Flip the script. Stop allowing someone else to dictate what you should do. You start doing you, boo. You were meant to spread your wings and fly. Like a peacock showing his feathers, right? Like, right? Okay. So that's the theme. So what's blocking them? Ooh, King of Cups in reverse. Look at that dragon, though. Look at that Chinese dragon. Okay, but in the reverse, this is about second guessing your emotions, about needing to take the time to process the trauma, to cry it out, punch a pillow, you know, I don't know, eat the Ben & Jerry's, like do a burning ritual. I'm feeling like this is probably for some water signs, or if you have a lot of water in your chart. I feel like some of you really need to cry it out the way that I did. You're just hurt and you're scared and you're broken, and you might even put on a tough face in order to, like, you know, be like, I can do this. You might be very hyper independent. You may be not used to relying on other people, because people usually aren't reliable. They're usually like ghost you when you need them most, but you're always there for them. It's time to also reevaluate your relationships. The ones that aren't giving back to you, those are the ones that you need to like exit. You need to lower their subscription. Stop helping them out. Stop being there for them. Because while you are empathetic, you are kind, you are giving, you are loving. But if they are not able to be there for you and they aren't able to fill your cup when you're down, you should not be helping them anymore. You should be charging them for that. Period. Like, double tap the screen and, you know, comment below, right? Like, send a rose if this really makes sense, all right? Okay, there's something else that's blocking them, right? 4 of Coins. So there's a lack. There's a fear there that you're going to lose everything that you have. There's a fear there that if you, like, it's almost like, this is all the money that I'll ever get. I'll never get any more, because look at the economy and look at what's happening, and look at the one beautiful bill, that big beautiful bill that just got passed, and like, I don't know what's going on, and we're fucked, and like da 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 da, and like feeding into the chaos. So like you're like literally not spending because you're afraid that you're gonna lose what you have, and that in itself is contributing to you not being able to attract more prosperity and wealth into your life. So this is a fear where it's like, that isn't to say, yeah, go just like put everything on a credit card and like, who cares? But this is about, again, rewiring that trauma, about remembering that they don't have a chokehold over you. I'm hearing for someone else, you made some bad financial decisions in the past that you haven't forgiven yourself for and that you feel ashamed about. So that's something that you need to forgive yourself for, so that you can take more risks. And like, again, like that oracle card, the unicorn card on prosperity of like, yeah, if you knew for certain that like it was coming and like, you know, you were safe, like you were safe, you would have so much more moxie to like go out and like do the thing, like post the video, like get the product. You know what I mean? This is just for someone, I don't know who this is for, but like for someone who's a content creator or trying to make some money off of TikTok Shop affiliate, just as an example, it's like, okay, fine. Maybe you didn't get the free sample. Fine, do the refundable sample. You pay for it. And then it says if you sell like 3 products, then they'll refund you the money, right? And then you can start making tractions. So then just get the refundable sample and then start making like 5, 10, 20 videos of that product, right? Because sometimes it takes more than one. And then it'll pop off, you know what I mean? Like, you know, then it's just the algorithm, but who cares? Like posting a video is free. Like your TikTok account is free. And before TikTok goes away for good, which is going to be in about 8 months because of the fact that Oracle did in fact buy TikTok. And I can talk about that after this reading. Like make the most of it while you can. Like there are still people who are here just wanting to binge and buy. So like just cater to them, just get it done, get your coin and move on. You know what I mean? Pick a product that you like, you know, but and that you can stand behind, right? But then just move forward and then go do that. Does that make sense? So there's that. Okay, there's one more fear there that's causing some ruckus. Oops. Okay, this came sideways. But it's the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. Okay. So there's a little bit of this, like, it's like, this has to do with relationships, friendships, or if you're in a business, your business relationships. You feel like you've been stabbed in the back. You feel like you can't trust your friends or it's not the right friend circle. When you have something good happening to you, they usually shit on your, like poo-poo on your parade. They're not as happy for you. They kind of make you feel a little less and are like, wow, that's a little conceited of you, isn't it? Like, oh my God, like, why are you trying to like say that's a flex? That's really not. Or like, oh yeah, I guess that's okay. But like, you really should do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so you've been trying to like find a new footing and try to realize like what kind of friends you really do want in your life, because it is true. The 5 people that you surround yourself with is going to be the summation of who you end up becoming, right? So it would be better for you, and this is what I'm saying for now, it would be better for you to just literally get rid of all of your friends and then be alone and be able to really like lock in and anchor in your core self frequency before you then can attract the people who aren't going to stab you in the back, the people that are going to care about you and support you and love you. I think I'm just hearing you feel really unsupported in your life, and that's also what has been causing you to not want to just like get up there and do the damn thing. Okay, so how do we fix this? We're going to hydrate. Okay. Is this resonating for everyone? What do we need to do to fix this? Pull from the wisdom of the Oracle deck. Okay, do you have any other messages for them? Maybe one more message in the tarot cards. What's the message for them? What are you trying to say? Okay, 3 of Coins. Collaboration. This is really interesting. Collaboration versus the 3 of Cups. Okay, so we just went from, I don't know if I can trust anybody, to collaboration is key, but it's collaboration with the right people. You don't have to do this alone. People see you. People want to help you. People are waiting for you to be like, hey, I want to blah, 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 in like that higher frequency. So one of the first things that you're going to have to do is to, again, get into that core self frequency and really understand what you're about and what you're willing to be able to, put up with and not put up with. Again, making sure that your standards meet your worth. All right. If you are bringing above and beyond to the table, that is your standard, because that's what you do for yourself. So make sure that that is your worth and your standards up here accordingly. If someone can't meet it, that's not your problem. That's why you keep on lowering your standards for other people, like for these like lower vibrational people to come in. when you keep it high and when you have your projects that really are like helping to break down the patriarchy, rise up the matriarchy, pave the way to the new earth, finding ways where everyone can benefit, being more honest and transparent and authentic with your offers and with what you are offering, that is when this harmonious way of like the prosperity coming in will be so easy and effortless for you to do. Does that make any sense? Yeah, they're like, do that main thing and you will be golden. I'm hearing stop isolating yourself. You have to get yourself out there. Speak your truth. Anything else? Anything else? I fucking knew this card would come up. It's the Magician. So this is Cinderella. And what's interesting about this card is the fact that Cinderella is also her own fairy godmother in this Magician card. So one thing I love about this is the fact that this card is reminding you that you have everything that it takes in order to succeed. You have everything it takes to create these plot twists, become the main character, know exactly what you need to do, be so like a master of your emotions so that you are this wise dragon who can navigate through all of the frequencies and shit and like be on top. You're gonna know how to protect your finances, but not from fear, but from like strategic like intelligence and wealth prosperity, right? Where you're like, oh yeah, so I know I'm gonna be able to protect my money investments here. I know I'm going to be able to put it here. I know that this is going to bring me more money here. This is going to help me make money in my sleep. This is going to like, you know, whatever. And so like, I think that that is really what they're wanting you to understand is that, you know, you do have allies. You have people who are rooting for you, who are wanting you to succeed, who love who you are, flaws and all. And they want to see your name in the spotlight. They want to see you shine. They want to see you happy, not because they want something from you, but because they see you the way that they wish you could see yourself. You see yourself as Cinderella in the rag, still like scrubbing the floor while like angry stepmother is like being a fucking narc to you. They see you as Cinderella at the ball with the glass slipper and the beautiful ball gown and just being this epitome, like symbol of kindness and courage and grace. That's who you are at your core. You can turn a pumpkin into a coach. You have the Midas touch if you just allow yourself to tap into that ability. And that's the thing that you have to rewire in your brain. Once you understand that you have otherworldly powers that you can use to your advantage in order to like, popular, I know that popular, right? Your whole life is going to change. And I'm hearing like, once this clicks, it's gonna be so instantaneous. You're not even going to, it's almost like you're gonna be gobsmacked at how lucky you are and how abundant you are and how prosperous you are and how wealthy you become and how easy it was. And you're like, what the fuck was I doing my whole life? You see what I'm saying? Okay. So that's from the tarot cards. Did that resonate? I'm going to do the wisdom of the oracle for a little bit more of a blunt message, but did that help anybody? Comments? Always. Yay. Okay. Now, okay, let's do these. She's like, I've got some tea. All right. Brace yourselves. This might be blunt and honest. All right. All right, wisdom of the oracle deck. All right, Oracle, what say you? Good. it. Hi, Lucid J! Hi, Hydra! Also, if anybody subscribes to my lives, like, you just click that button here and you'll get that star badge that Lucid has. I will pull a card for you for free. Or I will pull a card as a thank you for subbing. Okay, but let's do this because this bitch had something to say. She's like, are they ready for it? Are y'all ready for it? Are you ready for it? I can pull one for you after I'm done with this collective reading. All right. What do you have to say? What do you have to say, Oracle? Okay. Round and round and round we go. Thank you, Ray. I will do you after I finish this. Yes. All right. Round and round we go. So here's the tea. The harsh truth is this. I know it feels like you're going in circles, right? You're experiencing the same shit. You're experiencing the same lack. You're experiencing the same blocks. You're experiencing the same obstacles. You're experiencing the same narcs. You're experiencing the same suppression. Shit's not going anywhere. Why isn't it working for me? I don't even fucking understand. And what you need to do is take a motherfucking step back and look at how far you fucking come. Because what's actually happening is you are ascending, but you are experiencing the problem from a higher perspective. So in order to unfuck your situation, you need to sit there and be like, okay, what do I know now that I didn't know the first time that this happened? Okay, cool. Stop making that fucking choice and it will change the outcome. Does that make sense? And then the other thing is that you really need to make sure that in order to stop the cycle completely, you need to be done with experiencing suffering. Yeah. You don't have to suffer in order to learn your lessons. You don't have to be suppressed in order to learn how to use your voice. You don't have to experience bad in order to receive good. The whole notion that you have to have bad in order to get the good is something that someone came up with because they couldn't explain why good things happen to bad people. They didn't understand that the universe is neutral and that there is no God up in the motherfucking sky deciding whether or not you are worthy enough to have the life that you want. That's the real tea. Okay? Zen Unicorn! All right, what else do they need to know? That was harsh. She's like, yeah, let's keep going. Okay, what else? What else do you have to say to us? Okay. Message in a bottle reverse. I got to read this one out for you because it's too good. Okay. So this is the imagery. Message in a bottle. It's number 15. I feel like 15 is significant. 1-5. If you've seen 555 a lot. I also feel like if you've been seeing 666 and it's not the sign of the devil, it just means that you are focusing way too much on materialistic things and you need to balance it out with your spirituality. Now, I do have channeled messages when I use this deck, but when it's reversed like this, it's better for me to just read to you exactly what the oracle wants you to know. All right. Are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They are warning you for a reason, okay? If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interests at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. Okay, so red flags are not magenta. It is a sign that says run, all right? Slay Queen Fairy, Girly Pop. Oh, I love you too. Thank you for your content. You're so welcome. Stay a while. This is just a last collective blunt reading from this thing. All right. So does that resonate for anyone? Does that resonate for anyone? Stop thinking that the red flags aren't fucking red flags. They're motherfucking red flags, okay? Catherine, if you want me to answer a yes/no question, you either need to subscribe at the very least to become a subscriber, or you can tip me $5 in my Stan store. Okay, last message. She's like, yeah, I think I ripped them enough of a new asshole, but we have one more message, so let's see. What will help them get through the Uranus and Gemini? What will help them get them through the rest of the year? There we go. Because she was like, Uranus and Gemini is 6 years. Okay, exchanging gifts. Great. So number 27, exchanging gifts. So this is specifically from now until the end of 2025. All right. Thank you for the roses, Slay. Tell her we said thanks, LOL, for the grace. Okay, you're welcome. All right. So the essential meanings, the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. Yay! Okay? You have everything you need to seize them. Confirmation from that Magician card, Cinderella card from the tarot deck, all right? Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue, right? So this is not like armchair astronaut, like, right? Like, oh, wow. Like, for example, Breezy came up here and was like, oh, this is my first time. Like, what do you do? I had to explain what I did. I had to showcase my skills in front of the camera. I have to give a free collective reading on this live stream so that you can see and I can showcase what I can give to you. When I can showcase the skills, then that then builds trust, and then you'll eventually get something from me or follow me or whatever, right? That's the same thing that you need to do for yourself in your line of work, whatever it is. All right. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. Note though that said, it wasn't just the law of giving. It was also the law of, receiving. So if you have a hard time receiving, which I hear is like for a lot of you, thank you for joining my fan club. Then you also understand that you have to allow yourself to receive. You are worthy of receiving a lot of money. You are worthy of receiving it with ease. You are worthy of having what you want. You are worthy of being able to have a life that you enjoy. You are worthy of having good health care. You are worthy of having a house that you enjoy living in. You are worthy of having your dream body, your dream partner, your dream life. You have to be able to willing to receive it though, because you know that you are worthy and you are more than enough to be able to have it. But you have to be able to give what is needed and also receive at the same time. Okay, moving on. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. And that's a big one too, because you're not supposed to just do, because then you're doo-doo, which equals poo-poo, which equals shit, which stinks, right? You have to balance that. You have to be it, embody it, enjoy it. And you can be your most beautiful self in your old, huge, oversized t-shirt that you found in your basement while decluttering that was from the 1990s. So it's actually legit vintage, right? You don't have to be gussied up and like, a head to toe ball gown with like Botox in your face and a whole fucking beat in order to like be beautiful. Does that make sense? Embodying it is the energetics. But then, yeah, when you put all this stuff on top, for sure, right? Then you can give the vibe or the whatever. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. So you cannot create from fear. You cannot do from fear, okay? This is not a time of just do. Literally what it said. It said you can't just do. You can't just be like do. All right? If that doesn't stick in your head, I don't know what will, okay? Just don't be a pile of shit. Anytime you're like, catch yourself like, but I have to do it, remind yourself that you're being a piece of shit, you're being a POS, and you need to stop and remember that you're a fucking princess. Or like, insert your own thing that you want to be, okay? Don't be a POS, be a princess instead. And that doesn't mean, oh, I'm just going to sit back and like da-da-da. Do you understand that princesses actually have to learn how to be queens? So they're learning how to rule a kingdom. They're learning about the strategies. They're learning about how to treat the people. They're learning about exactly what their community needs. They're learning about how to treat people with grace. They're learning about how to create really smart alliances with other countries. They're learning exactly what their government is. Bitch, being a princess is not just sitting back and getting princess treatment. Yes, it's nice to have material things, but the bitch is fucking doing work if it's a real princess. Like the Princess of Genovia. Let's go back to Princess Diaries. Okay, yeah, you're welcome. Okay, yes. Okay. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring into your life. Again, remember that 3 of Cups card? You don't have to do it alone. There is value with other people. Look at the people who are coming in being like, oh my God, I love your content. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like it's giving, it's a give and take. You're giving me energy by like thanking me for like what I do. And I, in return, I'm like, here's my energy. Here's a free collective reading. If you're here, you can listen to like the channel downloads, take what resonates, leave the rest. And then you feel better. It's a give and take, give and take, give and take. Right? But when people come in and go, oh, is John gonna like call me on Friday? Oh, well, are they my soulmate? Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. And they don't want to give anything in return. That is not giving and receiving. That's why I don't do free yes, no's anymore. That's why I say you have to at minimum pay $5 because it has to be a give and take. I'm not a free fucking ATM machine. That's my standard, right? There are other people who love doing that. Then go watch their lives. It's not my problem. And I'm fine with that. Go there. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying I'm the best and only psychic out there. I've never said that. There are incredible people out there who can tap into where you're at. But if you resonate with my energy, then I know for a fact that you want to go to the new earth. If you want to go to the new earth with me, then yeah, bitches, let's fucking get there. But we got to untangle our shit. We got to learn how to give and receive. We have to learn how to embody who we truly fucking are, which are otherworldly, powerful people who really do want peace, prosperity, and pleasure. So make those your motherfucking top priority and then fucking like own and embody that. Do not settle for less than what you deserve and stop treating yourself less than what you deserve. You teach people how to treat you. If you can't even give yourself the grace that you want someone else to, how the fuck are they going to give it to you? If you can't love yourself for all you are, including your flaws, including when you're not at your best, how can someone else love you in that capacity? It becomes a codependent, toxic relationship. We're over that now. We're not in like Diddy's times, okay? Like, you're a fucking prize. Yes, I'm looking at fucking you. You are a motherfucking prize. Start fucking acting like it. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're talented. You are so caring and loving and giving and kind. You hold space for people. Start holding space for yourself. Start being there for yourself. Start giving yourself a fucking break. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You're allowing other people to do that. Give yourself permission to do the fucking same. Does that make sense? Yes, authenticity. Slay, queen, slay. Amen. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Marie. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns? All right. Are you talking to me? If it resonates, then take it. It was just the collective, but all right. How was that collective reading? What resonated? What didn't. And then Ray, do you want me to, Ray and Jay, do y'all want me to pull your 1 cards for this? And then anyone else who subscribes, I will, becomes a TikTok, sub my account, I will also pull a card for free, or as a thank you for you. Okay. We'll do Ray. Emotional labor is invisible labor. That's an interesting way to put it. I think, honestly, emotional labor is a lot harder than physical labor. That's my 2 cents. So good. Thank you for the reading. I'm a Cancer rising right now, and I've been feeling huge shifts. That's amazing. That's amazing, Slay. Okay, bless. All right. So let's pull a card for Ray because she subscribed. So what does Ray need to know right now? It's interesting. Your energy is like humming. That's the best way to, it's like, like it's almost like building up momentum. And it's like, and then when you're ready to like step forward, it'll be like, pow! Almost like confetti in like the best way possible. So it's like it's calibrating. That's what it feels like. But I'll pull. Okay. What does Ray need to know right now, Oracle? Ooh, I've got a gentler message for you. Stay on the path. If you haven't been working with Hecate, you might want to. Did you see how that card just jumped out for you, Ray? It's the card Blessed. Master number 22. That's significant. 222, 22. Keep the faith. You have, like, if there's one thing that's coming through, you need to make sure to go, I don't want to say on like a mental diet, but like make sure that like you're just like, nope, like ignore the 3D. Ignore the 3D. You don't need to look for confirmation. Like, just, yeah, the money's already in my account. Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, everything's working out in my favor. Yes, I'm the luckiest girl on the planet. Yes, I'm like the badass boss bitch, blah, 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 whatever your, truth self is. Yada, 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 yada. Okay? Yeah. Hecate, I say Hecate, but Hecate, she's smirking right now. Small thing that's coming through. Take her advice. I mean, she's not going to make the decision for you, but she already laid out the path. So she gave you the tools. You just need to use them. Ocean will help you heal the rest of whatever you're healing. Okay, so here's your card. All right, let me just read you what it says. There are moments in life when out of the blue, it seems like everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea's parted in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. And I'm also hearing from like the oracle itself that like these blessings may not be in the way that you think your ego or material mind thinks that they should show up. Look at all of the blessings that are being showered upon you even right now, even in this current point in time. They are not far off. You are being blessed with a lot of things. So take blessings in those things, even though it may not be seemingly getting you exactly what you want at this specific point in time. Does that make sense? That's what you need to do. Does that help? warrior. Mood by Marcella. Emotional trauma is expensive. I'm more selective of what I give emotional real estate to now. That's amazing. Okay. So, questions, comments, concerns. Does anyone want a live reading, like an in-depth live reading? Yeah, and Ray, I mean, like, obviously, like, I know you, I love you, like, you're almost here, like, every single time. I don't know how you get notifications, because, like, some of, like, my favorite fans and friends, they're like, I never know when you're live, which is so funny. I'm here. How can we get a card pull for that collective read? If you want a personal card pull, then card pull for you, all you have to do is click right here where it says 622 and sub to my TikTok, and then I will pull a card for you. But if you want like a full spread, then you can just go to my Stan store and buy one, and then I'll do it live for you. And they're like a good like 10-15 minutes long. Life in the 3D is rough right now, so I'm going to have to be real delusional, but I believe path. Yeah, I think that's the thing is like, you know, I know it's hard, and obviously like when you can figure things out, then we can like talk about it more. But I think based off of all the messages that came through today's live, it's kind of like, you know, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it really honestly sounds like, and what I'm saying sounds like is because I'm not going to tune in 100%, but it sounds like that you were still in lack energy. And that's why it hasn't shown up in the 3D yet. And so as you deprogram a lot of these limiting beliefs and like get out of lack energy, you will start attracting the 3D reality that you want. Girl, I've been so busy. I graduated with my and take a law school. I managed to test that month. Yay! Congratulations, warrior. That's amazing. As soon as I get some work, I would love a private reading. Absolutely. Yeah. I will have those. I'm also coming up with like different offers and things like that. So that'll be coming up soon. Perfect. Perfect, Ray. Yeah, I'm cutting out the lack and ties for some extra material package. And honestly, it's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up for having like lack. You know what I mean? Like we all have it in some shape, way, or form, just because we live in this, like, we decided to incarnate during this particular point in time. But the great thing is that you can break that generational curse. You can break that ancestral karma. You can get out of it. It's just up to you and like when you want to do it. It's not easy work. That's why there is shadow work. That's why there are healers. That's why there are psychic coaches. But it's finding the right person that you feel comfortable enough with, or unless you really want to do it on your own, to be able to get you to that point, right? Yes, and that is my niche. What do you mean that's your niche? Is that what you teach others how to do? Okay. So, does anyone else have any questions for me? If not, I'm probably going to end this live, but I just want to leave the floor open for anybody to ask me any general questions, or if they want a private reading, I will, again, just let me know, and then I'm happy to do a live reading before I get off, but it's the only way to get a reading for me because I don't do them one-on-one on Zoom anymore. Jay didn't respond, so I'm good. Hi, Maya. Oh, different forms of trauma. That's awesome. Oh, I love that. Yeah, and we need people who like help others with their trauma. So that's really awesome work that you do. That's incredible. Okay. Well, for whoever's left, if you really enjoyed this reading and you really want to stay in this energy and you want to like soak up all of this as much as you can, definitely get on my free newsletter. You can do that in my Stan store. And then I will be releasing some really awesome, cool offers. Just so that you can stay in this energy, so you can get something at, low cost, help you get through all of this. There's going to be lots of different things coming down the pipelines that I think are going to be like so exciting. And especially if you feel like you are ready to go to the new earth with me, then I'm going to be like, I already just started the series today, but I'm just going to be doing more and more and more videos of that in the coming days and weeks ahead, just to make the most out of this year before TikTok ends up going dark. So just for the last little bit, and I'll just talk on this and then I'll get off. But for those of you who do love TikTok as much as I do, it has been, it's official and you will start seeing it. I did repost a video. There are a couple people who are talking about it in depth. They have like a lot of information, but you can also just Google it. But the company Oracle officially bought TikTok USA only. And so basically they are going to be restructuring everything, and they want to create their own app called M. All right. So if you ever start seeing ads for something called M, please, for the love of God, do not download it. Do not buy it, because this company is worse with privacy violations than Meta and Google combined. Okay. Just do your research, but like it's worse. It's worse. You will not want that. But once they get everyone, or as many people as they can, over to M, which is basically well, someone wrote this in the comments, so I didn't come up with this, but like M stands for being monitored. So unless you really want all of your life and all of your content and everything that you see, do, feel, like see, do, and go, like everything on your phone, that they can access whenever they want, regardless of whether you're posting on their app or not, and you just want to give them all this free information, I personally wouldn't download the app. Then they're going to phase out TikTok, and TikTok will, in the US, will no longer be available in around like 8 months. So I'm pretty just much going to try and get the most I can out of TikTok for the last 6 months of the year. And in the meantime, migrate all of you over to YouTube, where a lot of creators are going to be going. But then also I'm going to be creating my own, like, basically secret society school for those of you who really want to go to the new earth. And then that way you'll always be with me, no matter what the fucking shit show that they're doing over there. You'll be able to like get content on like how to move forward, all of the live streams, all of the readings, all of the, information, all of the tea. And then we can like ascend and evolve together. So I'm in the midst of like building it. So I'm going to have other offers first, but that is going to be coming hopefully next month. I'm going to see how fast I can pump things out. And again, as a manifesting generator, I'm going around like crazy, but at least I have a direction now. So do stay tuned. Like I had my meltdown moment, but now I'm like angry, and now I'm like, okay, like, then let's change things. Fine. Then I'll build my own space. Fine. And then if you really want to be around my energy and have this all the time, then you can come and be a part of that. And then you won't have to worry about, oh, I wonder when she's going to go live, because like I'll create my own app and my own thing, and like, and then that way you can like always go and like check the new forums and check the new updates and check like the new things, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So, I think that most people will probably go, I think some creators are going to go to Red Note again, but I think more so it's going to be YouTube and YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts are now coming out with better ways to be able to monetize the way that we do here on TikTok Shop. So if that's something that you're interested in, you may want to start posting on TikTok in order to be able to like kind of get like, get your watch time, get your views, like get adjusted, understand that algorithm and how that goes. And then after that, then it's going to, Substack is okay, but it's a lot slower and it's a very different platform. And then I think that somebody is going to be creating a new safe space. I just don't know who that is yet. I'm going to be creating my own safe space, and it's not going to be on Discord. It's going to be like a whole other different platform. So if that's something that you're interested in, of course, like get on my email list and you'll be the first to be notified. Let me see if there was anything else that I wanted to tell you. Expect the unexpected, especially expect the unexpected blessings. Good things will be raining down on you as you continue to do your shadow work, as you continue to do the work, as you continue to like shift and change your beliefs and embody the version of you who is outside of the matrix and doesn't deal with this fucking garbage anymore. Make sure, if there's one thing that I would just, again, like for free, you can do this on your own, right? Is like raise your frequency. The higher you vibrate, the less this lower shit is going to traumatize you. And then when you vibrate high enough, it literally can't even find you. Like prosperity and wealth and happiness and peace and love and gratitude and all that shit will be all that you know. You're like, why is everyone so upset? And it's like, you know what I mean? I'm happy as a clam. Because you will have your frequency up there. Again, it's a frequency game. It's not who's a good enough of a person game. Because look at who we have. Like, we have, you know, Don up there doing the most ridiculous things. So it has nothing to do with being a good person. It has everything to do with vibration. Okay? All right. I love you all to the moon and back. If you have any questions, my email is also in my bio. So if you have any questions, you can always email me. Or if you have any suggestions about, oh my God, I would really love it if you did a course on this, or if you did a workshop on that, or like, I'd really want to know how to do X, Y, and Z. Like, always let me know, you know what I mean? Let me know what you're looking for, and I'll let you know how I can best help you. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. Take it easy. Love on you. Give yourself some grace. You've got this. I love you.